Hello everyone, welcome back to Tartan Samurai Gaming. Excuse me. Today we are playing, as you can probably guess, X-Men, the arcade game. Never played this before, but heard good things. So we got Wolverine, and quite a few others to choose from. You'll notice that the logos and the logo is the same, but the costumes and such are slightly different from the TV show because this was about a year, 18 months before the TV show was a thing. So this was, for a lot of people, their first exposure to the X-Men outside of the comic books. So let's get into it. And let's start off with Colossus.
Colossus. In the 21st century, evil mutants led by Magneto aim to destroy the world. Humans can do nothing against the power of the evil mutant. The only hope is X-Men.
So Magneto leading the Sentinels, that seems a bit of a departure from the lore, but anyway.
And save the city.
Okay, so that's Professor X there. And here is Colossus. Okay, so first of all we get to beat up loads of these mini Sentinels. That'll be the super move then. Excuse me while I just get to grips with the controls here. Okay, I think I've figured it out now. So we got a jump kick, basic attack button, and a special attack button. Okay. Yeah, this feels pretty good so far. Feels more like Final Fight and less like the Captain America game though, so you can tell it's a different developer. Yeah, not a criticism of the Captain America game though, you know, perfectly good game, just handles very differently from a lot of these scrolling fighters, whereas this feels much more familiar. Oh, you can hit them while they're on the ground. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know that. That's a new mechanic that haven't really seen in many other games. The only other one I can think of off the top of my head is Pit Fighter. Oh, and Dragon the Bruce Lee story, of course, allows you to do that as well with your stomp move. That adds an extra little dimension to combat, that's good. This guy with the gun is persistent. Ah, well, he's down now. Nope. These guys look like Kang the Conqueror. Obviously they're not though, they're just recolored Sentinels, but... Probably not a coincidence though that you could mistake that for Kang from a distance though. Nice little reference for the comic book fans. Oh, we're fighting Pyro now, okay. This must be the first boss. Boss doesn't seem to have an energy bar, which is a bit of an annoyance for me in fighting games. I like to know how far away I am from finishing the boss. Right, well he's flashing now, so I guess that must mean we're nearly there. Good game this so far though. I'm liking what I see so far. Okay, Pyro is down. I guess that's level 1 clear. Good music as well. Music feels a lot more upbeat than the cartoon series music, though. I've got to say that. Great theme tune that one from the TV show, but it is kind of it reflects the more serious tone of the show, I think. Reminds me, I do need to go back and watch the rest of season 1 of X-Men '97. I've only got up to about episode 7 at the moment, so need to get back into that. I was enjoying it for what I'd seen so far. Might do that tonight, actually, after I finish this playthrough. And I will at some point be doing the X-Men games on the Sega Mega Drive Genesis as well. Particularly X-Men 2 was a great game. I really enjoyed that back in the day. I'm looking forward to revisiting that. Okay. I'm getting into the flow of combat with this now. It's feeling a lot more comfortable and familiar. Watch now as I get taken out by a bad guy just as I said that. Okay, so I got to punch out these little launchers individually, I guess. Wow, okay. That was a bit harsh. Ah, this is the assembly factory for the Sentinels, okay. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But we're straight back in there. Oh, I think that was a case of me getting hit just as I dealt the finishing blow there. Okay. More of these red guys. Okay, I think that's all of it. Oh, what's this now?
Nothing moves the blob.
The Blob. Okay. Don't remember him. Maybe he wasn't in the cartoon, I don't know. The Blob is not the most emotionally sensitive name to give a character, is it? The Blob's going to be bursting in a minute, though. Tell you what, he hits hard, though. Right, let's just fry him. There we go. He's down. I like this, though, fighting like a different mutant at the end of every level.
We have been taken by Magneto. However, we had time to locate their base on Island M. Destroy it.
So we're heading to Island M. Okay. Oh, having the X-Men jet in the background there, nice touch. Oh, need to fight sentient crocodiles now. Nice, okay. Sentient, sorry. Anthropomorphic crocodiles, I meant to say. Getting my words mixed up there. Sorry. Funny, this is Island M, but according to you know, the background and these enemies that we're fighting, it feels more like the Savage Land. I'm not sure. I haven't read that many X-Men comics. I don't know how that works in comparison to the cartoon, but the cartoon, certainly this looks more like the Savage Land. These plants are a bit freaky. Let's just use a special move here and get rid of them. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Let's not continue down. We're okay. I do like that, the way Colossus just picks a guy up by the head and throws them one-handed. It's nice and savage. It's one of the first X-Men action figures I had was Colossus. I always thought he looked really cool with his metallic skin. There we go. I wonder who we're going to fight at the end of this level. So we've done Pyro and the Blob. Who's next? I mean, I'm assuming Magneto's the last boss, so I take it won't be anybody more powerful than him, like Sinister or Apocalypse or anything, which is a shame because I like to see those villains. Is there a video game yet that's done Mr. Sinister? I don't think there is. There should be. He's one that needs to be in the next X-Men movie as well. Just that character is just, well, he is what he says he is. He's absolutely sinister, and it's a brilliant character to make the primary villain for a future X-Men movie. Also, I hope that they do Apocalypse again and do it properly. Nothing against Oscar Isaac, he did well with what he had to work with, and the makeup was on point, but the character got taken out far too easily for what was supposed to be the most powerful mutant ever. Just my opinion, you know. Now, the Apocalypse boss in X-Men vs Street Fighter, now that was a tough fight. If you ever play that game, that's the last boss of that is absolutely insane. It's Apocalypse, but he takes up about 2/3 of the screen, and you got to try and beat him. And he uses the same, or at least a very similar voice to the character, the way the character was portrayed in the animated series. So it sounds very, very sinister. Oh, it's Magneto. Oh, okay. Oh, what are these things? Oh dear. They are pretty horrific looking. Let's just nuke them. Oh, Wendigo. Okay. Don't think he was in the TV show. Looks a bit like Sabretooth, but albino. Wonder if they're related or got similar power set or whatever, because he looks a lot like Sabretooth. Okay, and we move on.
Go and rescue Kitty from the cave.
Alright. So I assume that was Kitty Pryde that he was talking about that we've got to go and rescue. Oh, what was that? Sort of big tank just got dropped in on us. One minor criticism of this game, it's a shame that you can't switch characters between continues. It would be nice to have a chance to try out all the X-Men. If I'd have known that, I might not have picked Colossus straight from the off. I might have gone with, you know, maybe Wolverine or something. But well, Colossus isn't in the Mega Drive games, so I guess playing as him here is good since we won't get to play as him in the other games. Okay. Oh, these guys are using some kind of grenade launcher now. Oh, it's a robotic pterodactyl. Or is it a bat? I don't know. Anyway, it's some sort of weird flying creature anyway. So it seems that with swarming enemies like that, what you want to do is take out the big one, and then that'll automatically destroy all the little drones. Which makes sense from a sort of insect hierarchy kind of way, I suppose. These guys look a bit like Iron Man, don't they? Again, probably just a not so coincidental homage via color scheme for a character they couldn't use in the game. I think we must be getting close to the boss now. Then again, maybe not. Wonder who will be the next boss. Might be another one I've never heard of, because I've never heard of Wendigo, so... Apologies any Wendigo fans out there. My primary reference source for X-Men is the original cartoon from the early 90s, okay? That's as much as I know about X-Men, I'm afraid. I have read a couple of the comics, but not as many as I probably should have. I chose to play this game primarily because I thought it looked a lot like the cartoon. And I'd heard from people who have played it that it was really good, so... Interesting how you have an enemy kill count rather than a score, if you notice that. So it's like 252 is the number of enemies that I've taken out so far. That's... I mean, Streets of Rage 2 had that as well, but it was via like a cheat mode. I say a cheat mode. You had to press one button on the score, the high score screen. Right, don't know who this guy is. Looks a bit like the kind of twisted love child of Vision and Ultron, but I don't know who he's supposed to be. He seems angry, whoever he is. Okay, and he's gone. Maybe it was just a robot drone. I hope it was anyway, otherwise Colossus has just committed murder. Okay, okay.
Rescue the professor.
Right, so Kitty's safe now for the professor. That's kind of cool the way the enemies' robotic heads fly off when you beat them. That's yeah. There's lots of really nice wee graphical touches in this game that I like. And that thing of being able to batter into people when they're on the ground is just quite satisfying as well, not gonna lie. The characters move at a good speed as well here. You know, the thing, you know, obviously Colossus is a power character, that's obviously the way he's built, but he doesn't have that kind of slowdown thing that a lot of power characters have in these types of games. You know, like the example being Max in Streets of Rage 2. You know, my favourite character in the game, but moves a lot slower than the other characters because of his power. Whereas with Colossus, we don't. It doesn't seem like you have to make that sacrifice of speed for power. Maybe the other characters are even faster, but Colossus feels like he's moving at a good speed anyway. So, good game design.
The White Queen welcomes you to die.
The White Queen. Okay. I thought that was Emma Frost for a minute. I guess it's not. Oh, she sounds nasty, whoever she is. The White Queen. Okay. I'll have to look that one up later on, find out who she actually is. Because I genuinely thought that was Emma Frost when I first saw it. What are these little bombs flying out at me all about? Right, well, they've been dealt with, whatever they are. Ow, that hurt. Yeah, alright, that'll do. So, I wonder if this is the last level, but I don't think so. It would be a little bit too early to fight Magneto, surely. I'm guessing we might have one more boss, and then probably the next level will be, you know, Magneto's fortress or whatever. I think narratively that's the way we're headed. Oh, there's a proper sized sentinel. Oh, Juggernaut. Okay, good. And he looks almost exactly as he does in the cartoon. Oh. Apologies, momentary stutter there. Not quite sure what that was about, but we're okay now. Oh, his helmet's off. That usually means that he's a lot more vulnerable, doesn't it? He's still doing damage though. got me a good one there. There we go, finished him with the special move. Now heading into what looks like a temple. Ah!
Nice job.
There's the
Magneto is
professor.
over there. Follow me.
Ah, Mystique! That was a nice plot twist. I enjoyed that, wasn't expecting that. Well done. Well done, game. Keep me on my toes there. Oh dear. Okay. Silver Sentinels now, huh? Again, maybe a Silver Surfer reference. I'm probably reading far too much into these colour schemes, but you get the picture. I mean, those green and silver ones in the last level could have been Doctor Doom as well. Yeah. That would actually make a lot of sense if they were using that to kind of like pay homage to characters that they weren't allowed to actually use in the game but were still Marvel. Oh dear, that was a bit stupid. Yes, when you're in a supervillain's lair, don't jump into the volcanic abyss. Just don't. That's just, it's just, it's just common sense not to do that. There we go. Myself a couple of extra credits just in case. Because with that little trap that Mystique sprung on us, I'm going to assume this isn't the last level and that we probably still have a bit to go before we fight Magneto. Although, this is the typical last level boss rush that we seem to be on now. There's something uniquely satisfying about getting those guys with the big guns on the deck and just hammering into them. Does that make me a bad person? Maybe, I don't know. There we go. You know, with all this sort of Egyptian looking thing, it would be nice if Apocalypse showed up. Don't think he will though. We're fighting some kind of Pharaoh type boss here instead. This might take a little bit longer than I expected. Okay, one more. Right, just keep him in the corner and keep hitting him. Hopefully this will get the job done. Right, okay, we got him.
X-Men. Magneto is planning to attack Earth from his asteroid base. You must foil his plan before it's too late. Go after the
Okay,
giant sentinel.
so we're headed to Magneto's asteroid. Oh, gold sentinels now. Kind of reminiscent of Vision's color scheme in the Captain America game. I'm probably just completely making, you know, erroneous connections here, but I'm seeing that I'm seeing things in these color schemes that are connected to other Marvel properties. And I like what I'm seeing, so that's good. That boy took a beating, I'll give him that. These tank guys can be a bit troublesome. Just the speed at which they move makes them a bit tricky. This looks like some kind of enhanced version of them. Oh. That poor Sentinel. Ah. Oh, Blob and Wendigo together. Okay, interesting. Okay, Blob is down. Oh, but there's White Queen as well. Yeah, these all have significantly lower health bars than the other bosses did. I guess because they're just fodder villains at this point. Oh, and Juggernaut has joined the fight again. Right, Queen is out of it. Pretty soon this robot will be as well. Myself a few extra credits just in case. Right, there's the Professor. What is this robot with the anger management issues? Anybody in the comments, if you know who he is, please tell me. Right, I guess this must be the last boss now. Magneto. Oh, he fights well, I'll give him that. Well, he's already flashing though, so might be done before too much longer. So with the special moves, you get one freebie But then after that, every time you use it, it will drain your health. That seems to be how it works. Ah, it was just Mystique. Yeah, I thought that was too easy for the last boss. Okay.
Alas, that was Mystique, not Magneto. Magneto is in another place. Go, X-Men.
There's Magneto now. That's more like it.
I am Magneto, master of magnet.
I think you mean Master of Magnetism, but okay, we'll let you away with it since you're a supervillain.
Die, you are dead. Shield. X-Men.
So you gotta wait for the shield to come down before you try and hit him, I guess.
Kill. Dead. X-Men are to die.
He's just shouting random caveman stuff now. Oh dear.
X-Chicken.
X-Chicken. Oh dear. I love Magneto, but this dialogue is awful. We're almost done here. Yeah, put your shield up now. Just wait for that to discharge.
You are helpless against my power.
There is something quite satisfying about knocking down a supervillain mid-rant.
X-Chicken, you are dead. You are helpless against my power.
It doesn't look that way, Magneto. Okay, looks like we saved the day. Magneto is defeated. X-Men succeed to rescue Professor and return to Earth with the victory. Still, the battle against the threats of evil has just begun. The struggle for the X-Men will be continued. Okay. I'm assuming there were a few things lost in translation there, especially with that dialogue from Magneto at the end there. That was just comical. But no, good game. Very good game. And I love all this comic book art in the end credits as well. Yeah, we may have to revisit this in future playthroughs and try different characters. Colossus was good, but I'd be interested to see what a more nimble character like Nightcrawler might do. Or, you know, does Cyclops actually punch, or does he just use his optic blasts? I mean, how does that work? We'll explore that in future playthroughs, I think. We will revisit this game again. I enjoyed it enough to give it another go. So, that was X-Men. And this has been Tartan Samurai Gaming. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.